It's Amnian Nights, and we are outside the pub that we ended up at last time. The group are heading into the Crooked Crane, investigating the goings on there and if the firebrands have been in town. But Sire does not have a means to get in without being identified, so has stayed off to one side. And that's where we're picking up as a group. I think Atticus is disguised, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Through, remind me who you were looking like. Just did you click randomize?
Yeah, I had to go with someone that they hopefully won't recognize. So
you are a tall, slender tabaxi.
John Doe.
John Doe. Yeah, Jonathan Doe. So let's take this through. Okay. So the three of you are approaching the Crooked Crane. As I mentioned, there are a few guards outside, but you've seen that in a few taverns here. They seem to be prepared for trouble more than in many other establishments. And so, yeah, they don't seem particularly interested in you or in giving you an initial glance to make sure you don't look up to no good. You are free to enter. I put Siri off in a side alley.
Little alley skulker. Yeah, marching proudly up to the front door. In we go.
It's full in here.
What'd you say?
It's very crowded.
It is. This place is the busiest tavern you've seen so far. It is probably more busy than I even have tokens for on here, but I don't want to make navigation be of a skill check around the map.
Nope. Do I see her?
Is it? Sorry?
I'm sorry. I've just walked up to the bar.
Shall I finish my intro?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. It is full of busy patrons, many of whom are standing around in groups, chatting away. You see drinks being spilled, a couple of very harried staff. One barmaid who seems to be working with unerring skill. And just a motley assortment of people, one of which you see sat at a table in the back playing cards is Contessa. What would you all like to do?
On my way to the bar, I will spot her and just do a double take and then start beelining for her.
Okay, how about Atticus and Obsidian?
So am I right in thinking that the wait, not red brands.
Firebrands. Red brand is Fandelver.
For firebrands, have a semi-uniform. Like they wear identifying clothing at all.
You've seen them wearing so in like combat situations, but it would not help with their attempts to slowly infiltrate if they were wearing their jumpsuits. Well, then
I will just have a glance around, eyeing each table and see if I'm getting a vibe of that looks like the shifty lot that are probably up to no good.
So far looking around, it does just seem to be busy, boisterous, getting on the ale. It seems to have very much that vibe of Friday night after work, everybody spills out. Even though it is, I think, 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon. And how about Obsidian? What's your goal?
Obsidian, first of all, will note what Asher is doing. Disappears behind the corner quickly. So check on that. Seeing Contessa.
So yeah, Asher, you see Contessa. Doesn't look her usual quite so bubbly self, but she does have a slight smile on her face as she's sat chatting and playing cards to a couple of people, Durgar and a gnome.
As I approach her, can I do a quick assess of everyone in this room and around her?
Yeah.
An ocular pat down, if you will.
Yeah, make me a perception check, I guess.
I always do so great at these. So this should be fun.
Yep, she's sat with a Durgar and a dwarf. There is a gentleman, an older gentleman sat by himself, tucking into what looks to be like a large roast dinner. And he has what looks like a sort of green parrot just perched on his shoulder as he's eating.
Haven't we seen someone with a parrot before? I cannot remember. Okay. I will approach her, and not knowing who the people are around us and not recognizing anyone, I'll just be like, "Hey, babe, where have you been?"
And she sort of looks up at the start and then gives a smile, like, "Oh, I thought you'd left town."
I did for a minute. Was so worried about you because we kind of lost touch. Been so long since we hung out. I went back to that restaurant that we went to, and like, I had no idea where you lived, so I was just kind of hoping you were still vibing, chilling. I'm not wanting to give away any information around these people, so just like, I heard that you and what's his name ended things.
And she sort of just looks a bit, almost sort of gives a bit of a glare before sort of stifling. It's like, well, he was killed. And like the gnome across the table leans over and just pats her hand and just gives you like a look.
I wasn't sure how much you knew. I had only gotten word that bar was attacked. So.
And then my father's sources said that you and your friends have been arrested, implicated for it.
Oh.
So I don't really feel like you should be talking to me.
Oh, babe, no. No. We went there, and it was like that. We had nothing to do with it. In fact, we've been looking into who did. Obviously, no leads yet. I'll say a little loudly, but like, yeah, no, terrible.
But you were arrested for it.
Oh, yeah, and then let go. Obviously, in the clear.
You say that we did escape from prison together when we met.
I didn't have you there to help me this time.
She clearly looks uninterested in quips and jokes. Her fiancé is dead.
Listen, I am so sorry to hear about your loss. However, I had nothing to do with it, and I am just so glad you're safe. I'll leave you to it. Again, just really happy you're safe. I'll walk away.
And she just kind of slightly forcibly throws the next card down and returns to her game.
I'm gonna walk back to Atticus. Yeah, the whole town thinks that we killed that whole organization, by the way.
We've just been deputized by the guards.
Right.
And fully records clear.
I am just saying, I think, and I'm whispering, but I'm yelling for the microphone.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we are just kind of known in rumors regarding that, I think it's going to make this, what we're doing here, a little more difficult. So just heads up.
Well, you know, if you can use any of those feminine wiles to work out which groups might be responsible, that would be totally useful.
She's just going to look at herself. Yeah, all right.
Don't lie to me, Asher. I know you've got some feminine wiles hidden away in there.
Maybe in a pocket somewhere. I don't know. I'll look around. Are
I'll
you?
order a couple of drinks from the bar for us.
Yeah, the barmaid will take your order. If it's nothing special, just be a silver.
I spend a silver. It's my first time in this bar. To the barmaid. Have you worked here for a long time?
Over 70 years.
What? Does she look anything like her token?
No. Sorry, yes.
I was like, this looks like a 20-year-old gypsy, like. But
Banned
looks like
from
that.
Curse of Strahd community.
My goodness, I would never have known. You look so young.
I'm a dampier.
I see.
Age much slower.
Do I know anything about dampiers?
I think dampiers have been known to be half vampires.
Is that like legal to be? Publicly?
Look around. There's.
I don't ask her that.
Oh. I mean.
But like, that's like saying I'm a murderer.
Is Atticus versed in the law?
I have no idea.
I don't think
I
he
mean,
is.
paladin dad education is the best I could say.
I think make a history check.
Okay. Famously good. Just like Ashram Perception. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue.
Oh, that is very interesting to know. Well, may I say, you look most beautiful. I was wondering, have any
Are you really swallowing that?
Well, as not a dampier myself, I am swallowing this drink.
What were you asking?
I was just wondering if there are any, groups that have been frequenting here that perhaps maybe are new in town over the past month or so. I understand there's been some change. I'd like to keep this on the down low, but I have actually been deputized by the city guard, and so I'm just doing a little bit of subtle investigation. Hope you can keep a secret. Anyone that you've seen that maybe you think might be new in town, or maybe you've noticed someone who seemed particularly conspiratorial or, shady?
As you say that, she absolutely looks you up and down with a polite smile.
I know what I said.
There was a darts tournament last month, which brought a few groups in, but other than that, no. And her voice, not to a degree where it could be claimed as deliberate, but her voice certainly goes a little bit higher. As she's like, but I'm afraid not, officer, in terms of anything else.
Not an officer, just, doing my civic duty, trying to keep the city safe. Okay, well, I'm gonna go have a drink, and I guess chill out, so, bye.
Enjoy. I absolutely imagine Atticus moving with all the grace and subtlety of like the obvious undercover police officer at a gig. You guys know where we can get any stuff?
It's difficult. He's charismatic and good at lying, but also he did just immediately tell her he was undercover. So.
Yeah. And yeah, so the barmaid just looks at Asher and then sort of follows him, just like,
Am I not supposed to swallow this?
I meant the story.
About swallowing
About
drinks.
being a vampire. Exciting stories get tips.
What?
Oh, told him I was a vampire and he believed it. Make sure he doesn't come up me with a table leg later.
Actually, with that one, he might. Wait, so you're not actually a vampire?
And she, like, pulls out a pocket mirror and just kind of like just as a reflection.
I mean, no shame if you were. It's all right. I also don't know what to look for. I've met a lot of, interesting people in the last, week? 2 weeks? Time has no meaning anymore.
All part of working for the city guard, right? Again, louder.
Yeah, about that. Listen, I am looking for ways to both make coin, not die, and serve the community. I have some plans to really implant myself in this city in a few years, and I'd really like to improve things while I'm here. I kind of got roped into this constable deal, which honestly, between you and me, is not as bad as you think it would be. By the way, Asher Vasher, what was your name again?
And she gives your hand a slight shake. Vignette.
Nice to meet you. But I was hoping, Vignette, would you be able to point me in the direction of a place to maybe make some coin and not die?
And she points to an apron hanging on the peg behind her. She's like, it's busy work running it solo. Can you pull?
I more meant I've always been I'm into potions and alchemy and things like that, so I really like coming across really interesting.
World's most popular potion.
Say what?
Just points to the kegs.
Oh man, I am stealing that. I'm gonna use that in the future. Is that alright?
You're opening your own tavern.
No, but I could sell little shots in little glass vials just on the side of my... Hold on just a second. No, we're gonna get back to that. You know what? It's been wonderful talking to you. I feel like the fact that I got deputized by the cops kind of put us on the wrong foot to start with.
You have come to an interesting place in an interesting part of time with an interesting opening statement about your activities.
Listen, you'd be amazed what I do to not die or end up in jail. If it means taking a badge for a little while, then,
Sounds dangerously close to calling yourself a snitch.
Yeah, I guess it does. Sure. But, oh well. I guess it's your word against mine, right? We both gotta stay alive. I'm not looking to snitch, but I will take this badge and stay alive. But I get that you're gonna hold it against me. It's a weird start to our relationship here.
We have a relationship, do we?
Well, yeah. As bartender and bar patron.
And idea stealer.
Yes. Honestly, if you have any more of those.
Let me know if you need any more drinks. Of us to serve.
Let me know if you know anywhere to get work.
I'll have a thing on it.
Thank you.
When she returns to serving other patrons, say, you can imagine with confidence, she will perhaps not be coming and giving you leads.
I guess that was a weird tactic you used, telling everyone we're deputized.
Didn't tell everyone, I told one person.
The bartender, the chattiest person in here.
You absolutely see, if you were to glance at her, that she is clearly talking to the next patron about you.
Anyway, she hates us. We have a very small amount of time before everyone in here hates us. More than they maybe already did. Yeah.
If she's gossiping about us right now, maybe that's who we need.
Maybe. Or, alternative plan. You walk out of here, you change your face again, you come back in, and badmouth us a whole bunch and see if you can get somewhere with that.
Drinks for everyone! And a cheer sort of goes around the place as everyone sort of jumps and looks, and a man near the bar is holding a tankard up in the air. Young fella, hair slicked back, smart new leathers on, and he just bangs his tankard on the table, on the bar a couple of times, like, "Be patient, but I've just put 10 gold behind the bar! Celebration of an excellent month's work!" And there are a few cheers. You can tell from glances that people obviously know this guy, and he calls something over to the barmaid, and she laughs and nods, and he hops over the bar and starts helping to pour drinks as people begin to gravitate over towards the bar.
You know, maybe we should have just put 10 gold behind the bar. That would have, really curried some favor, and also I've got quite a lot of gold. So.
I mean, it probably would have been
Do you
better
whisper
than
that, Atticus?
announcing us as cops.
But also, if he's doing that and is talking about work and investing in the community and incurring favor, I think that might be our guy.
All right. Do you want to walk up and tell him you're a cop?
I do not want to do that.
Okay.
Maybe you take the lead, and then I will go change. And
Oh man, I feel all thrown off my game, but okay. All right. All right.
I mean, I suppose if he's already been talking, or she's already been talking about you, I could take the lead on it with a new face.
Or, hear me out. I'm just gonna side-eye it, Obsidian. We could try a totally different route.
Should
Maybe
I
the
punch
direct
Atticus so that they
approach.
like me more?
Never mind. Once Atticus walks out, I'm going to turn to Obsidian. Actually, I think that might actually be a good idea. It could probably get you somewhere.
I love the idea of Atticus just walking around a corner, just Mr. Benning it, and then walking back to something entirely different, but wearing the exact same clothes. So what are you changing into, Atticus?
I will change into AJ.
Okay.
The tabaxi.
Yes. I am aware.
I don't like your reaction to this.
It's a bold choice, Cotton.
Okay. You become AJ.
I mean, I'm round the corner here with Sire, so she will see this happen.
Mm-hmm.
She has a chance to call this out as a bad idea if she wants.
How's
Yeah.
it going?
So I was like, "Hey, barmaid, I'm helping the city guard with some shady stuff going on. Is there anyone you think is shady?" And she did not like me at all. So
Mm,
I think
No.
maybe she's in on it.
It's
And then
important
some
that
guy put 10 gold behind the bar and was like, "Oh, drinks on me. I'm helping the community." So he's obviously a bad guy.
that sounds very on brand for the Firebrands. They are very capable at ingratiating themselves within those who need most. So try to empathize. Why are you dressed as the dead lobster?
Well, I thought it would be good because then I could see if what everyone's reactions were.
They might freak out. I mean, he's dead.
I mean, how many of these guys you think would recognize AJ?
Okay.
You think there's someone better I could be?
She thinks a second.
I could be Elias, but I mean, then they'll expect things of me that I won't be able to answer.
I think it might be a little bit strange if you're going as AJ, someone who they think has been dead because well, that might just prompt more questions. But again, I don't know if maybe someone trying to be recruited.
I mean, what does that look like? Someone down on their luck? A homeless?
Homeless.
Someone, one of those.
One of those vagrant types.
What did the guy with the 10 gold behind the bar look like? I mean, they usually go for young people, capable bodies, fit.
Okay. I'll conjure an image of like a dirty but strapping guy who looks like maybe he's worked the docks, some kind of manual labor job, but otherwise poor.
Just remember, you hate the government, you hate the city guard. Everyone is corrupted. Money never flows down to those who need it most. It stays in the pockets of those who need it less.
Okay, cool.
Use your charm. You've got plenty of it.
Only to play it.
Sorry. So, when you say conjure the image of, so did you go with AJ or did you go with poor handsome doc guy?
No, I'm switching over to a poor dock worker man.
Okay. Probably
fun
good,
as
because
going in as
all the
AJ.
guards were ready then, as a well-known and known to be killed crime boss walks around the corner.
I did forget about the guards.
You would have absolutely just been accosted. Okay, so you re-enter. Asher and Obsidian, I suppose, don't immediately know it's you.
Until I open my mouth. I just go towards the bar and I'm like, what's going on then? Well, it's a bit of a mad rush in here, isn't it?
Free drinks!
Free drinks, I'll take that where I can get it.
There's a round or two.
That's just what I need. Mans never pay me enough.
Wait your turn! Wait your turn! I was here first!
Atticus resists the phenomenal temptation to just throw this person out of the way. And he'll move over here a bit and kind of, be patient.
I'm next.
For him. I know.
I've been waiting here 10 minutes.
Oh, then I'll wait 15.
Just like everyone's like crowded. Everyone's even it's free. Everyone's very keen to get served next, and there's that gradual churn as people get their drinks and go, and eventually you manage to find yourself at the front.
It really is hard days.
From down the bar, you hear, "I was here way before him. He's pushing."
I do not respond to that.
Vignette. Oh, thanks, darling. And he starts getting served at the same time by her, but gives you like a down the bar. And we have a barman.
With a big dramatic sigh, he's like, man, it really is hard these days. Like, people are so desperate for even scraps, I sure feel that.
Well, here's a drink. Hopefully that'll help a little what ails you.
Oh, I mean, it'll certainly make me feel better, but, could really do with, I don't know, a job that put more coin in the pocket, I suppose, but I think that's what everyone needs. What about you?
Everyone needs, but not everyone's cut out for.
Well, I suppose that's true. I like to think that I am cut out for most stuff. What about you? Do you make good money as a bartender?
Not my vocation. I've hopped behind to help out Vignette. Busy,
Oh.
busy flurry of activity.
That's very, very nice of you.
Well, the flurry was my own doing, so least I could do.
Ah, you're the gent who put the gold behind the bar. Well, I must say, thank you very much.
Much obliged.
It would seem that you must have plenty of coin if you're able to make such generous acts.
Plenty's certainly an exaggeration.
Sure.
But I do okay. I do enough to be able to spread a bit of good cheer.
Don't suppose you're hiring at all, whatever it is that you do. I've got a strong arm and I'm certainly a willing worker.
Always hiring. But few like to do the sort of work that I'm involved in.
Well, I've got
Takes them away from home for too long. Bit too much hard work. Bit too much danger. Asks a lot of people.
I can see that, but if it allows me to send coin home, then that seems like something I'd be interested in.
How are your sea legs?
Oh, I mean, I work up the docks, so decent. I mean, I don't tend to go on particularly huge long
Where do you
trips,
work up
but
at docks?
I work.
You mentioned.
Hang on, just looking at a map. Athkatla map. Okay.
Yeah, I like to imagine he's. Hold on.
Wait. Just down the street from Stone Scale Sushi. Not far from that kind of area in the dock district.
Can't say I've been there, but yes, that's normally where we dock. We're about.
I mean, I take work wherever I can get it, so I suppose I move around a bit.
Oh,
If someone
work-
needs
you work on
hands
ships
unloading
or
a
just?
ship, then I'll
You're a hauler.
a bit of a jack of all trades and master of none, but willing to do what it takes. If someone needs a dog's body, I'm the guy.
And you just move things?
I mean, I suppose unloading and loading is the primary thing, but I can lend my hand to a little bit of light ship repair if I need to, but
Can you defend yourself, lad? Is what I'm asking.
I've been in a few scraps. I can certainly defend myself. I mean, it's the docks, and the bars down that end get a bit rougher than over here.
Could possibly have some work for you.
Amazing. I mean, like I say, always interested.
You ever been to Chult?
I haven't really left Am in general, really, but sounds like quite the adventure.
My ship's a salty sibling. We run between here and Portney and Zaru.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of what?
Whatever the name of that port was. I don't
Portney
know
and
how to pronounce it.
Zaru? Biggest port in Chult?
I mean,
I don't know why I've turned into a farmer all of a sudden. I've just gone full farmer. Why did that happen?
I mean, maybe some of the ships have gone in that direction, but like I say, since I'm not sailing, it's not really any of my business.
It's
I keep myself to myself.
3 weeks either way. We bring back spices, jewels. Occasionally, if a rich enough wizard or rich soul puts a request in, we bring back a thunder lizard, a real, honest-to-God's dinosaur. I've seen them. They use them like horses and cattle out there.
That sounds amazing. Is it just that are you a tradesman then, with all this spice and
I'm a captain.
jewels and stuff?
Fairly new, but The sibling's mine.
Well, quite an investment, but sounds lucrative. Cool. I'm certainly be interested. Is there, anything that you need me to do, or particularly, or should I come and see you, or?
We pull off day after tomorrow. Turn up with a bag. Anything you need, not too much, you'll be in a hammock. And understand that any funny business will have you overboard.
No worries. I travel light, so see you then, I guess.
We'll pull off at noon.
Love pulling off at noon. That's lets me have a lie-in.
And just nods and goes back. I imagine this has taken place over a couple of pourings for different people, or there'll be a fucking riot from that old man. So yeah, service has resumed, and yeah, you are given a very, very large flagon of a very cheap beer. It looks like they're going for this tab lasting a while, as opposed to being high quality stuff.
I make my way back over to the fireplace, which is where I see Obsidian and Asher Vasher, and I kind of stand nearish Asher, not looking at him, but I'm just like, Asher, it's me.
All right. Don't talk to us or go and change and come talk to us.
What do you mean you're not into me, rude bitch? And walk away.
Wow.
Right. I think I just got a job on a ship to Chult. Is that something that firebrands do? I think that guy might just be a sailor. It didn't sound very firebrandy. Although maybe it's just because I'm not yet in the inner circle.
Imagine this is 20 years undercover, working on the trade routes, always thinking he's one trip away from the next big reveal.
Just accidentally building a whole career for
The
himself.
whole thing, the meme of the fella playing gay chicken with his best mate until they've ended up like married for 30 years. It's like, if this guy doesn't admit soon, I'm going to start thinking he's actually gay.
Yeah, this guy, like, he said he has a ship that he goes from here to Chult, and they bring back spices and jewels, and sometimes thunder lizards, which is pretty freaking cool, gotta say. But like, he wants me to go work on a ship. Like, I mean, that's a pretty, peasanty kind of job, but like, sounds pretty cool to visit Chult. But is this an avenue that I'm pursuing? Like, I don't even really understand if these guys are firebrands or if this is helping,
You went outside for
This
this,
conversation
right?
is at Sire.
He's having a
Yeah,
conversation with
okay.
Syria, but she's typing. I think she's drawn into the chit chat as opposed to what you're saying.
Oh,
to her.
sorry. I'm sorry. You came out. Sorry. I thought you were talking to. I'm so sorry.
No, because I was still
completely
wearing the
thought you were
face.
talking.
Yeah, she said I needed to go
Yeah.
change, so I figured I'd tell you while I'm
So
here.
sorry. I think you were talking to the wrong person.
But he was the guy who put the money behind the bar. But maybe he's just, a successful merchant who spends a lot of money in this local area to curry favor with the people.
Maybe he just felt generous, or he drank too much beer. I'm not sure. I mean, having someone with connection to a ship might be useful if we think that they are going to be using waterways, although
He was asking
I'm
a
not
lot
sure.
about whether or not I could defend myself. Like, he wasn't just looking for, a crewman. He wanted someone who was willing to go the extra mile, it seemed like,
Isn't Stult that sort of strange jungle place where everything can eat you?
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe they're
Maybe
raiding
this
some
will-
kind of tomb.
I don't know. Maybe you were barking the wrong tree.
This sounds
I've
like
been
a
sitting here
pretty
for a while.
cool
I'm
adventure.
I have a stupid idea,
Those are my favorite kind.
and this one is very stupid. I wonder what happens if I just go in and ask to speak with our uncle.
Didn't ask about Uncle. I should have asked about Uncle.
You didn't ask about our uncle?
Well, you can't just walk in and, tell people, oh,
No.
I'm looking for Elias.
No, and that sparks an idea. Yeah, I would surely know the name of at least one or two people that are kind of like in charge of recruitment.
You have known people who have worked with the Firebrands in multiple roles over the years that you were involved with that society, that group.
You could ask for. Perhaps you could go in and say, so and so asked you to meet here. And if that name is relevant to the barkeep or someone in there, that might get you a bit further. And by so and so, I mean
Gwendolyn.
Falula. Huh?
Gwendolyn.
Wendelia.
Gwendolyn. I will type it in the chat.
And I will also give him a description of what she looks like.
Yeah.
Or they look like.
Yep, a
You want me to look
Durgar
like
woman
this
named
person?
Gwendolyn.
No, I want you to. Well, I mean, you could look like this person, but if the intent is to gather information, then I think it would be better off if you were in a position of asking questions rather than being a person who tends to have the answers.
That is true. I do not know a lot.
We just want
Okay.
to know where they might be at this moment in time, or where we could find them.
Okay.
If there's, yes.
I'll go in. I'll see if I can spot any people that match that description, and if not, maybe I'll ask around a bit.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Has Obsidian been focused on anything in particular while this chatty exchange has been going back and forth, in and out? Or is he just drinking it all in?
Pretty much. She's not really. Yeah, I don't think there's anything gripping Obsidian's attention. Like, it seems that Atticus is on the case somehow. Obsidian's just lost in thought, observing the flames, I suppose. As
The
he's wont to do.
flames in the hearth are quite animated. Like, you're looking at them and they don't seem to be magic, but from the amount of kindling in there, maybe it's just you, but the flames do seem particularly boisterous and unpredictable in this hearth, in a way that feels like they're struggling, they're keen to share a message with you. And I think you feel confident that maybe a message will come to you tonight. Clearly, the flames have something they wish to impart with you. But yeah, Atticus, you return over to the bar.
Yeah, initially I'm just looking around everywhere to see if I do see any Lady Durgars.
You do not seem to. As much as I'd love to be cruel by saying that the Duergar over with Contessa is a female and we follow Tolkien beard rules. No, you do not.
Okay. Then I'll first we'll ask just a couple of random people at the bar. I'm looking for this Drogar lady called Gwendolir. Anyone know where she might be? If she's
First
around,
couple
or-
you ask just seem... No. I know a Gwyneth!
No, not quite. Close though, but no cigar.
My butcher's a Duergar!
Okay, see you later. I'll come back to the bar with the same guy and be like, "Hey, mate, sorry to bother you again. I was wondering, you don't know a Gwendolir, do you? Duergar lady. I've been told that she might be in these parts, and I was able to speak to her."
I'm afraid I never heard of her. She looking for a job as well?
No, she was actually a lead I heard about that maybe might have some work. So, yeah, maybe I'll see if I can.
Sailor's
find her.
life not for you?
I mean, I like it, but I'd like to at least hear what she has to say. You know.
Good to know that you're not desperate if you come to us.
Well, anyway, I won't bother you. Thank you.
Refill?
Yes, please.
And he goes to a different cask, 'cause a bit better.
Nice. Thanks, one mate. Top lad. What's he doing? What's he doing? I'm just gonna come and kind of like hover in a corner, lean on a wall, and just kind of watch him for a second to see if he's like,
Well, the barman.
yeah,
Yeah, he's still just mobbed. It's just a constant chair now, and him and the barmaid are having a bit of a. Maybe if she wasn't young and attractive, he perhaps would have just left that goal behind the bar. But he's definitely making the most of his chance to sort of chat and elbow, and we have something in common with this barmaid a bit. She seems very receptive to it.
I will approach her from the side of the bar with my full tankard still and just ask her the same kind of thing. Like, I was wondering, I heard maybe there was a Gwendolir about Duergar lady. Do you know if do you know of her? Is she around at all? Or
I've never heard of her, but there's a
No.
couple of Duergar in here you might want to ask, maybe.
sure, I'll check him out. All right, thanks. I also don't want to take that route. Like, they'll be like, just do you think I know every other Duergar? You know. And yet, that's exactly what I'll do. Go over to the first one I see, which is this guy at this table, and be like,
He looks to be he's in quite heavy plate, sitting on what looks to be like a stool next to the bench, but you realise it's actually a bit of like a short tower shield that he's propped his cushion on top of and is just sat on as he's drinking with a couple of others. That sort of looks up, so watch out.
all right, mate. I was just wondering, if you knew of a Gwendolir. I heard I might be able to find her around here. Don't suppose you spotted her around at all?
Never heard of her.
No? Okay, no worries. Thanks anyway.
What does she look like?
I give her a description as given her to me by Sire, and I give more detail than just she is a female Duergar.
Is it like the last thing you mentioned? She wears red scarves, I hear, and well, I mean, I gathered she was a Duergar from the name, but no. Sorry, Ganjo.
Oh, you're fair dinkum, mate. All right, see you later. Is the only other Duergar the one in the corner with
Contessa, yeah.
Contessa?
As
Well,
you're looking around and went up there, Siri, Outside, you hear footsteps. And then are you well? Why do you lurk out here?
This is who I think it is, right? Because my memory is short.
Janos,
Hi.
I thought it safe to approach you while your brother has stepped away. Have you relayed?
How long have you been watching us?
A matter of minutes. I followed you loosely throughout town. Your scaled companion unfortunately makes you easy to follow. And leaves a wake of idle conversation behind him in a city like this.
Well, I guess we were looking for you.
You are? Have you spoken with your brother since I came to you both? Do you remember he approached you both a couple of days ago and sort of made his offer and then left.
And just try real hard to know what to tell this man. Yes, I think he's trying to find you. He said he wanted to follow your path. We have lots to talk about. I don't know how much you're aware, but your prisoner, he has ways of not being or communicating with, well, outside of his prison.
They can be restrained physically, but yes, they are often able to project their astral selves elsewhere, unfortunately.
He's part of a bigger thing. There is a plot. She's looking around, is there somewhere else we can talk? You're not in your mansion, I know that.
Here is fine.
I just make sure that this is the right person that I'm talking to. Like,
I mean,
I don't know. It's someone.
You have like 50 foot away from. Oh, wrong token. Where the hell's line gone? There it is. Yeah, you're like almost 50 foot away from the guards, and you can't see anybody in any other direction.
No,
I mean,
but
it's
like,
well, yeah, what you're
like,
looking for.
is a disguise, a lie,
Physically, it's absolutely Janos.
Okay. I'm not paranoid. You're paranoid. What are you talking about? I will approach him closer so that the guards can't see the guard token. But are you familiar with the dragon syntax?
I believe I've heard the name, but not in any significant capacity.
Syntax.
It's a dragon, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
Great ancient one, gem dragon, amethyst in color. He seeks ascension, or something greater than that, some sort of unification of
Ascension to what?
different. It escapes me. Something to do with unifying. And to do this, he has allies across the plains. And the prisoner you have is an envoy for the ally he seeks from the infernal plane. Now, I don't know how constrained he is physically, but it seems that regardless of him being your prisoner, he's very well able to carry on his task.
And despite my wishes, maybe the best thing is for me to kill him. And at least lend him a time where he is reforming in the plains. His master will be denied him.
Sure. Did laying good work. We found an ally, a great ancient silver dragon. Well, I think he's ancient. He's definitely not old. He's been here for a while. And a knight from the Order of Bahamut. By the name of
The Order
Sylvia.
of...
I know. Yes. I know.
Are
I
you
know.
sure you're not being
But-
misled?
No, but the dragon I have seen with my very own eyes.
Impressive.
So we are now somehow finding our way, trying to stop a flood of mind and body altering drugs that are made with a compound that is maybe made from this dragon's blood and something else, and is going
Sendax's
to
blood.
no, the silver dragon's blood, or maybe Sendax's blood. I don't know. I know that the silver dragon was necessary in this alchemical production of this strange product. Sorry, it's been a week. All I know is that the firebrands are going to attempt to flood the city with this drug. I don't know why or what the purpose of it is.
The dissident group from Baldur's Gate, the Firebrands.
It's a larger thing than that. It sort of has operations everywhere where it can benefit from spreading chaos.
The cowls, the orders, the temples, and the shadow thieves were not like this.
This is slightly different. It's ideological in purpose. I believe that maybe they think that by disrupting the city of coin, they will create a more equal playground for those more needy to rise up. But regardless of the intention, the effects will be catastrophic. And so I'm trying to put a stop to it.
It's admirable. I'm sure your father will be proud.
It's folly, is what it is for now. We're getting nowhere.
Good causes often begin as such.
I have questions for you about tunnels underneath the northern part of the city. It's a very long shot.
Some old sewers, mainly for maintenance. Some tunnels were caved in. They once housed a cult, but mine own grandfather was part of putting an end to, back in the days of the time of troubles.
Do you know an entrance to these tunnels?
There are to the sewers or to the tunnels, the old caved-in tunnel sort of thing.
I thought they were connected, but I guess the cave-in
So
tunnel.
you've been in the sewers, remember? You've been into this part of the sewers yourself.
Just a little tiny bit, though.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm interested in the northern part of the city.
Yeah.
Because that's also where the temple was.
Yeah.
Like where the temple underneath the graveyard was.
I know some of the older temples had access within, down to sewer systems beneath, but these have almost entirely been closed off, I believe. Nothing but rats and if some wild tavern talk often speaks of large crocodiles living in the sewers, but this is obviously quite unlikely.
No, this actually threw Obsidian fought one. Killed it, I believe.
Oh.
Um,
Where does your brother fit into all of this?
I wish I could tell you.
Do you think he seeks me for my tutelage or to try and claw back the esteem of his master?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
And I
He
should continue
tried
to keep my
to-
distance.
I don't. If you keep your distance, then your influence is further away than it needs to be in order to be useful. He did try to kill
he looks
the dragon.
very thoughtful at that. So, he tried to kill the dragon, you say?
And Knight,
No.
as they were partly responsible for the killing of
Could have
this
gone.
dragon. That's the one.
Gives a weary sigh. How long ago was this?
That he tried to kill them
Yes.
a few days ago.
I think he is too far gone.
I cannot believe that. We can all make mistakes, and
I will be in
I
touch.
think if say hi to your cat.
To your cat? Did he have a cat?
He has a flying cat.
Oh, it's
Did he have a
dressing.
flying cat?
Yeah. I was thinking about his house. I wasn't sure if that was like a. Hey mum, what's Wolfie doing? Wolfie is just fine. Your foster parents are dead. This is not Janos. Yeah, and he walks off. So back inside, Atticus had tried to ask the same question of the barmaid and got a. Oh no, you'd then gone and spoken to the Australian fellow because they're from down under, obviously. So Duergar have to be Australian.
Yeah, I wanted to go over to this group, ignoring
Obviously, yeah, Contessa does not recognise you at the
Yeah.
moment.
ignoring the name of Contessa, and just being like, "Excuse me, sir. I was looking for a Durgar woman by the name of Gwendoline, and she looks like this. I was just wondering if maybe you knew her at all, or if I'd seen her around."
At the meetings. When he said looks like this, I just imagine him like pointing at the door.
No, I give her a description because I don't have the actual details.
Yeah. And the gnome, it's up at the Duragard sort of looks up at you, the gnome turns around and say, why do you think to come and ask us? Why do you come and ask us this question?
Because he's a Duergar, and I'm pretty sure he knows more other Duergars than I do. So,
Well, at least he's honest about it, right?
I mean, I'm not saying he will.
Very
know them,
presumptuous.
but he's probably in a better stead to have information than I am. So,
I find this absolutely reprehensible. This presumptuous line of just coming and assuming that what he knows her from the Durgar meeting. Do you don't actually know her, do you? And like he shakes his head, looking for you. The audacity of it! To just assume. Well, you're very lucky on this occasion that my companion does not. And if he could speak, I am sure that he would give you 2 earfuls.
well, if I was
Who
lucky in
are
this
you,
situation-
anyway? What's
would
your
know.
name? What's your name?
Steve. Anyway, this is clearly not a very productive conversation. So, see you later.
Steve? Steve? I'm not finished with you yet, Steve.
Oh my god!
You think you can just approach people in a tavern? Guards?
And ask
this
innocent
man,
conversation.
This
You-
man,
You back off. This person is chasing and harassing me.
I am doing no such thing.
You just chased me right out of the door in front of everyone.
I was holding you accountable
Step
for the
off.
I'm not
Get
in-
out
I'm
of my
not-
personal space.
I'm not in your personal space. No,
Back off.
I know exactly what you're doing.
You
I know
stay
it-
away
no,
from me.
No, guards. No, this guards. Like, all right, love. All right. No. No, don't. I won't call him a gentleman. This man. And like, yeah, absolutely. One of the guards is like, sorry, mate. Obviously, I had a skinful.
Yeah, there's someone giving out free booze.
No, I won't give you my name. Take your hands off me!
And back in the corner of the alley, I will change back to my true self. Wow, that got a bit intense. Unfortunately, no one knows who Gwendolir is. And it turns out people do get offended if you ask Duragars if they know about another Duragar. This is just Zire. Is Zire there?
Sid is there.
Okay.
So Janos just was here a second ago.
Oh. He does like to mysteriously pop in and out, doesn't he? Like some kind of dampier.
He asked me about you.
And what did you say?
Did you intend to continue your paladin training?
I feel like it's worth noting that this is like the first time that Ciri and Atticus have had a proper conversation in like several days now.
Yeah,
Well,
she's quite, yeah.
Well, you know the answer to that, don't you? So did you tell him?
I told him that you will be pursuing a paladin training. Was I wrong in saying that?
No, that's certainly the hope, but it also seems like he didn't stick around to talk to me or anything, so I don't know.
He'll find you.
Maybe he thinks that I'm not worth the effort.
Sirius, you're speaking to Atticus and your eyes drift down the alleyway. You see a gnome being forced down to her knees and manacled by a group of guards who's shouting and ranting, but you can't quite hear what it's about.
Okay. He'll find you. You just have to, well, you just have to do your best.
I'm trying my best.
What are Asher and Obsidian doing? They've been there for a long time.
Well, you know, since that guy started offering free drinks, I think that they're just kind of taking advantage, to be honest.
I feel this is a fool's errand.
Because, I mean,
This might have been a recruitment days ago. They're just gone.
to be fair, I did kind of drop me and Asher in it with the whole city guard thing, so I think she's probably struggling now to, you know, come back from that. She doesn't have the luxury of, you know, a fresh start like I do with a new face. And hopefully will in other ways.
So, how long do you reckon we should sit here, Asher?
Oh. Yeah, I guess he left. So, you know,
Well, he
I'm
could
just gonna
be here again.
I'm just gonna get one more free drink. Would you like another?
I'm fine.
All right, I'll just get one more free drink, and then we can go.
Sure. How's your friend?
Who can Tessa?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think she really wants to be friends anymore. She thinks we killed her boyfriend. And publicly in a pub didn't really seem like the place to disabuse her of that or fill her in on all the details. So,
Yes, and the
She's-
fact that he was misleading her.
yeah, I mean, she clearly seemed very broken up. She seems like maybe she's free of it, so best to her, and it's probably better she's not friends with us anyways. Maybe she can go have a really nice life now, not dating a, you know, sleazy crime dude.
No truth, then.
I don't know if it's worth it, and it would probably be more hurtful than anything. I mean, if you had someone close to you die, and then I came to you and said, hey, not only are they dead, but they didn't love you anyways and were using you, it'd be like, what's the point in that? Sometimes
Well,
lies
that
can be
does
nice.
make their death easier, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
It's not really my place
Oh, it's
to.
not a simple hypothetical for me to consider, so might not be the best person to ask. Just feels wrong, considering she's been in the dark for so long, now to keep up the charade.
I mean, if she came to me suspecting, maybe I'd clear it up. But doing that to her in front of all her friends, and I'm like, it just seemed like low down.
All right.
All right, let's go.
When you get a drink?
I was. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna grab one and just hopefully get served and then just toss it back quickly.
Atticus.
Yeah.
I mean, a pretty easy way to know if there are any firebrands in there would be for me to just go in there and see what happens.
I mean, do you think even ones that hadn't met you before would recognize you by description?
Only if they have been told to look for someone who looks like me. But it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere anyway.
Mm.
And you said there's 3 drinks, I could only use one.
Sure. I mean, if you do, I'll go with you just in case, things turn sour. Although maybe I'll keep a different face.
Just one more thing.
Mm.
It's no longer just you who you condemn with your choices. It's Obsidian too. For whatever reason, he's tied his fate to yours and will follow you, no matter where you lead him. That means you will now have a responsibility. You once used to follow me when you were a little boy. No matter where I went, you'd follow. He's now that little boy who follows.
Kind of a big boy, but yeah, take your meaning. I don't know, it's nice to feel like someone has your back,
I can only imagine. Okay.
As Obsidian.
I guess.
Okay.
No, sorry, that's fine. Sid's just gonna head into the tavern.
Well, as Obsidian is making his way towards the door, as Asher heads to the bar, there's he moves very, very quickly. There's excuse me. And you see a halfling fellow. He doesn't have his dagger drawn on the arm, but he has a dagger in his belt, sort of at each hip. And he's very much looking up at you. It's like, if I could hassle you for but a moment of your time, is that girdle, is that dragon scale?
It is, yes.
Oh, heavens! May I feel it on an area that is beside, obviously?
Why?
I've never actually seen nor do the size of those scales, to even imagine the magnitude of the beast that bore them is staggering.
I was led to believe that it is one of the smaller kinds.
My Torb's grace. I can't even fathom what that would be like then for a creature of legend. Are you yourself to be wearing such a thing? Are you an adventurer? A mercenary? A warrior?
I don't know. He does ponder the question a moment, but then just...
Wilfred Fizzlebang. May I purchase you a drink and speak to you about an issue that I'm having that I'm looking for competent aid with, and seeing someone of the adventuring magnitude as yourself fills this humble merchant's heart with hope that perhaps you could be the answer to my problems.
I cannot promise you anything, but I can listen.
Marvelous. I was seated over here with my companions, but I will have them discreetly move away. Can I get you a beverage for our conversation?
Do you want them moved away?
Oh no, by no means. But I didn't want to assume for.
I don't mind.
Yes, please. And like
I cannot follow you, for the game is paused. The forces.
These are my business associate. Well, this is my business associate. This is my brother. The two,
So
and
just one thing. I imagine Obsidian will just sort of at least look for Asher and see.
yeah.
I'll make
he's
eye
doing-
contact and just slow my drinking pace.
Yeah.
Sure.
Obviously, imagine around. Well, just to avoid having everything happen at once, we'll say this is while Asher and while Siri and Atticus were talking outside. Is that?
Gotcha.
I am an alchemist of modest means who operates a small store in the city.
An alchemist.
But yes, simple brews, tonics, tinctures, things like that. Some. I am not one of the larger establishments, but I do okay. I do all right.
Is your predicament connected to a profession?
Tangentially.
Would you mind if I brought someone here?
Two adventurers.
Would you mind that?
Yes, of course. To have the attention, potentially, of course, of two seasoned warriors would fill my heart with much confidence.
She is more of an alchemist.
Oh, you don't say. Oh, by all means. Professional insight, maybe.
Considering that this, there might be loud voices, I guess. So Obsidian will walk those few paces to catch Asher's attention. And there's an alchemist looking for help. I know it's not necessarily what we're looking for, but I reckon it wouldn't hurt to listen to him, and he does seem to have a stall, so perhaps that's a useful contact for you for the future.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe his problem is related to the overall problem. Hi,
Wilfred Fizzlebang.
Asher.
I was just explaining to... Forgive heavens, I don't know your name.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. I'm terribly sorry I gave my name and the temerity not to ask yours. shameful of me. I promise. My current predicament has been bereft of my usual manners. I like to think that I am normally quite helpful. Yes,
You will find it quite difficult to offend me. It's all right.
I would still not seek to do so. That would be most terrible. Yes, so I am the owner and proprietor of Elixirs Supreme in the Gem District. Sort of pauses, sees like no recognitions. Unfortunately, I've been having a bit of a dispute where I have been unable to stock my store due to the actions of one of the trade lords who, in an attempt to prevent me from being able to do my business, seems to have placed a creature in my warehouse. Are you familiar with a grick? A horrible
Grick.
serpentine, beaked monstrosity, which ironically has some marvelous alchemical applications, but you're familiar, yes. But I myself am not a fighter. The gods are under the sway, I fear, of this trade prince, and now renders my warehouse near the bridge inaccessible, which means I'm unable to continue with my business. And I have a theory. You see, this trade prince, I think, is making issue. He's causing. Forgive me. My emotions get the better of me. May I take a moment to regain my composure? I feel that this trade prince is manufacturing disputes with merchants who have properties surrounding the bridge, but I do not know why. But is it a pattern I recognize?
Well, it
I'm
does sound like
convincing patterns. It's an important part of the alchemical process, understanding
Indeed.
what you'll know, yes. So to the shameful part of my issue. This inability to access much of my materials now means that I am without my usual amount of fluidity. I had originally hoped to pay such an adventurer with some potions, tonics, elixirs as gratitude for potentially driving away this creature, but I could also, now that I know that I am working with a contemporary, I could offer payment in the form of some of my recipes and formula, if that would be more agreeable.
I'm gonna look at Obsidian. I mean, that sounds agreeable to me.
we have done work like this before, so does sound reasonable, yes.
What?
We've killed.
Sorry, Obsidian. What is the name of this trade prince that you're having so much trouble with?
I've got it written down. I'll give it to you when I remember exactly where I wrote it, but it's Lord.
Something or other. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Sounds Polish.
I would be happy to mark the location of my warehouse on a map if you have one. I know adventurers often, I've read a lot of stories, adventurers often carry a map of a region tucked into their belt so they can be ready to find adventure at any minute. If that's not correct, I can just write down an address for you.
You are in luck, although it's not a belt so much as it is one of my many pockets. And I will hand him the map. Is there anything we need to know about your warehouse? Is it pretty large? Are there multiple entrances?
No, it is a small warehouse because I do normally only needed it for the storage of sort of long-term, high turnover dried herbs and such. I worry that much of it will be spoiled by now, but such is having the property back will be very helpful.
All right.
So
All right.
you only need the creature slain.
Oh, or removed, but I can't imagine it coming willingly. If you know, I mean,
Probably
creatures. But yes, if it could be, it would be very helpful if it was dead. So I knew it was not coming back when I'm in there.
Do you mind if I keep the pieces?
Oh, no, of course, that's absolutely fine. I feel to the victor goes the bits, as they say.
Yes.
To the victor goes the oils. It was right there. It was right there.
Yes. All right. Obsidian. We will take this to our companions. But
There are more of you.
there's 4 of us. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I've given you a bona fide quest.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that.
Marvelous.
You're an official quest giver now.
Oh, I had not heard that term before. It's a very good term. Yes.
One who gives quests to
Oh, yes,
adventurers.
of course. Yes. A taskmaster. Huh. No, that sounds like there's labor involved. Anyway, yes, I will. You'll be able to find me in the in Elixir Supreme. The shop will typically be closed given the lack of materials at the moment, but if you give a hearty knock, I'll be sure to come down and let you in and hopefully celebrate together.
Right. Sounds great.
Farewell!
Thank you.
God's speed!
Talk to you soon.
I feel much better about that now. You're here, like sort of companions. And yeah, as well, Siri's walking in as you're heading towards the door because Siri decided to go in.
Oh, okay.
Siri decided to wait outside until everyone was leaving and then decided it was her time to go in. But it's also 5 minutes past the break, so we will take our 15 minutes and pick back up with the group coming face to face in the entrance in a few minutes. So we'll be back in 15. Oh. Obsidian and Asher, with this information to hand, are looking to make their way out, I think.
I will move my token. And as I see Sarah, I'll just be like, hey man, I think we've got something in the guise of another job.
Wonderful. What did you find out?
There's this super cool little alchemist buddy that runs a shop, but some trade prince who has been buying up a lot of land around the bridge is trying to like mess up his business and has put a grick in his warehouse that he wants us to take care of. But I feel like that's in the area we want to be, and there's some trade prince heavily involved in that area. So I feel like we're kind of on the right path.
Definitely sounds promising.
With something.
We got a visit from Janos. He's going to look into those undercity tunnels where
Does
the
that
cults
guy-
used to hide out.
Does that guy like have a magic tracking spell for you or what?
Everybody
He
make
does
me
have
a perception check.
Yay, my strong suit.
I do have a ridiculous passive.
That's the best I've ever done.
As you're saying this, like all of you just kind of, I was about to say, kind of glance around for a moment, and then you look up and just see a winged cat just sat on a nearby roof, just staring at you all.
That,
Never mind. Question answered.
yeah.
Useful.
Do any of you know anything about taking care of a grick? Because I do not know anything about taking care of a Grick. I know that they have really cool bits. And that's about it.
Should we
I
try to
reckon
capture it alive?
Blades should suffice.
I mean, I don't think she can use it for alchemy reasons if it's still alive.
No,
Unless
but
it's like harvesting venom or something.
we could try to like not chop relevant bits off.
I mean, that
Isn't it
would
like a
be great, but
giant
it's more
snake?
just the big thing here is we've got to get it out of the warehouse, probably kill it.
Okay.
Sounds like a piece of cake.
Yes.
Plus, we're already here. No traveling to the job. That's nice.
The more interesting their bits are, usually the more dangerous they are to deal with, though. Just saying that part.
He did
How far can
also.
it be?
He did also mention that his warehouse was over the bridge on the other side of a river, so it isn't the closest to where you currently are.
Do I know what a Grick is?
Everybody make me a nature check. I think Asher, just through accidental RP, we've established does.
I tried to keep it vague in that, like, I know it's got cool bits, but, like, I don't know in what configuration those bits are attached.
Hold on, haven't you all fought a Grick?
No, I don't know.
I know I
No?
personally have. I don't know if it was this campaign.
Yeah, like, not in this
Oh no, it was an
campaign.
ankeg. It was an ankeg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that everyone except Asher knows that it's a large, muscular
What a
snake,
terrible roll!
snake type thing, but with a big serrated beak, and that's about the limit of what you would all know.
I'm imagining more of, like, a sofa with fangs.
Do we need to go grab anything to harvest it? Do you have your tools with you? Bags?
Oh, yeah, I've always got harvesting tools and little vials and things like that.
Sacks for Grick meat.
Yeah, I don't know about the meat, though.
I mean, I guess I was thinking alchemically, but you know, maybe we could eat it or sell it.
I mean,
an
I dry
exotic
up the
butcher.
skin. We can see the meat. I don't know.
Skin, yes, like dragon skin, except you know, snakier.
Oh, are they snake-like?
Yeah, it's basically a big snake with a beak.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it should be fine. We've taken down like you know, dozens of foes at once before. What? How bad can one snake be?
Hey, man, like, the gods can hear you. You know that, right?
I'm sure it'll be a piece of piss.
Nah, they just listen for stuff like that, and they're like, oh, this will be fun.
Well, good job. I like a challenge.
Oh, my God. I am
wing
not
someone.
with him.
Do we head there then?
Do we what?
Should we head there?
Oh, yeah. I'll pull back at my map. He marked it as here.
Is he just expecting us to burst on in, or do we need to like tell him we're going, or?
I mean, I told him we're gonna go.
Oh, you already agreed to it.
Well, I said I was gonna talk to
I
you.
like your initiative.
You know
Let's
what?
do
Maybe
this.
I could just wander back in there and tell him we're good and ask if he has a key.
That'd be great. So we don't
I mean,
break his lock.
I think he'd have given you a key, thinking about it.
Okay.
I would hope that he would have given
No,
us a way
wait,
to
it's
get
right
in.
here. He totally gave me a key.
You know, maybe we could just burn down the warehouse.
we know how to do that. Although I do believe he is against that option.
Okay,
I've
fair
also revealed the crooked crane on the city map if you hit J, so you can see where it is in relation to the other things around you.
Alright.
enough. I heard someone hit Jay very hard.
That was probably me.
Yeah, Luca hits the keyboard like it owes him.
I have one of those clicky clacky keyboards. The mechanical ones. It was very loud.
All the way down there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where's his?
His warehouse described as being to the north of the bridge.
Okay.
Kind of near the Copper Coronet.
Okay. Onward.
Oh, I
to-
can't see it.
It's not unveiled, the warehouse.
Oh, I see.
But if you look for the copper coronet, it's supposedly right
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, that I can see it. Sure.
Anything else you're wanting to do in this region while we're in this district? As everybody mouses over all the other tags to remind themselves what's around
I
here?
don't think so.
Anyone need to visit Raitu or?
I want to go to the filling tree, but not right now. No, I think there's a Greek in a warehouse.
If you need any potions, there's always Castaway. If anyone wants to have just a quick pop in and buy anything from Agrippa.
I am so excited to make other alchemical connections. Can't tell you how excited I am about this. It was one of my first thoughts.
Do we have any potions? No, I don't.
Hold on.
Probably wouldn't go amiss to get a potion or two, honestly.
I mean, they are always useful. A little expensive though.
I do seem to
let's
have one.
maybe swing by and just check how many he's got. Because if he's got a couple, we'll buy a couple. We'll leave in and out.
I've got quite a
Bob's your
few
uncle.
of my little experimental healing potions.
Oh, yes.
Well,
I have
let's
one
do
of those
something
too.
today. I've got one potion of healing. Obsidian.
One and one of Asher's.
Okay, and Sire
One of Asher's.
and Asher.
I got 7 of my little guys.
What you got, Asher?
My little guys, my little experimental healing potions. And I'll show them in their little...
Just those?
Yeah, I don't have a big
And
one.
how many?
7. But they're just little
Wow.
guys. And they don't always work.
Well, we only have 2 regular ones between us, the strongest stuff. So I don't think it would hurt to stock up if they've got some.
Let's do it.
By the way, you might as well give us all at least one of your potions if you're gonna. Because
Yeah.
you've got so many.
I will...
I haven't got any on me.
Let me send one. Yeah, there we go. Is this working?
Confirm.
Is it working? It's not
I've got one.
affecting
It
my
says that
quantity.
you have sent 1 experimental healing potions.
Well, let me close my sheet and reopen it. It didn't affect my quantity.
Okay, then adjust them.
Okay. All right, so to Agrippa's then.
Just a quick in and out.
That I don't think is possible, but we can hope for the best.
Okay, so you cross through the district, arriving eventually at Agrippa's. I love how everyone's just like, no, you go in.
Yeah, and it definitely looks open.
It looks very open.
Great.
And yeah, sort of paws deep in like a trough of herbs where like stalks are clearly being pulled off something and some plants being separated into different buckets for each part. Agrippa sort of looks up and is like, yes, good afternoon, how are we all doing
Good
today?
day,
What can I
Agrippa,
provide for
my
you
old
today?
friend. I'm interested in
Have we
any
met?
healing potions. Oh, we've patronized you a couple of times before. You're quite the Quite the alchemist. Do you have any healing potions in stock?
I recognize your companions, but I take no stock of you, sir.
Damn.
Sorry, a new friend of ours. So sorry. This
Oh,
is.
pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Agrippa.
Agrippa, nice to meet you.
Athkatla's most prominent purveyor of the alchemical arts.
Speaking of alchemical arts, do you have any healing potions?
I do have a number of healing potions, poultices, other remedial elixirs. What in particular is it you're looking for to purchase today? Any particular
Potions of
quantity or
healing of,
variety of the
Average
imbibing?
strength or greater, I would say.
Well,
probably at
average
least
is
a
in
couple
the
of
eye
regular-
of the brewer, isn't it? It could be that it's something
Lesser
what
potions of healing,
one
I
man
suppose.
calls a strong tonic, another adventurer may well obviously refer to
But
as a
depending
simple
on
and
the cost,
remedial
of
draft.
course, I could
Well, of
potentially
course,
be
of course,
interested
yes.
in a greater
Well, I have
healing
a different
potion, but
variety and array of pricing tariffs and schemes we can look
How
at.
many
It
of each
depends on
kind
if
do
you're
you have in
purchasing
stock?
wholesale or whether you're simply looking to make a one-off purchase for a particular and specific adventure. I mean, there's all kinds of activities that take place throughout the city, and for each of those I have
well,
a
I'm
variety
not
of
surprised.
specific
We're actually on our
potions that
way
can be
to deal with a
used
Grick.
for each of these.
I'm sure that you're aware of
Interesting
their
alchemical
alchemical
properties.
ingredients.
Yes. Excellent oils you serve. The serrated blades. Although you're clearly mistaken. There's no Gricks within the city confines. The cowl simply
Interesting.
wouldn't allow for it. I think your source is obviously somewhat mistaken. What?
Perhaps it's simply a giant constrictor snake and someone got confused. Maybe a constrictor snake that ate a squid, I don't know.
Well, that just sounds foolish. Whatever. Yes, I do have a number of tonics, as I said. How many are you looking to purchase today?
I would say at least a couple of base potions. Minimum 2 is what I'm after, and of course, if you have anything stronger, or if you do have more in stock, I could consider. What is the price of the going rate of a potion of healing these days?
Well, standard rate is normally around 25 gold, but this is a basic layman's thing, wholesale price only. It's often retailed at 50, which is what I sell them for, which is considered the Faerunian standard when taking into account the brewing practices and the rarity of the ingredients and the subtle hand that's needed to bring them from being mere buds and herbs and bulbs into
Well,
fruition
I
as a
definitely
healing
would say
tonic.
at 50 gold a head, we're definitely going to need at least 2 of those. Do you have anything stronger as well?
Say again?
Do you have anything stronger?
I mean, at the moment your companions have returned and revisited and purchased my stock. As I'm sure that any of you with a shred of alchemical knowledge will know, typically a healing potion is brought to maturity through subsequent renewed brewings of additional materials at each stage of the potion's life. And your friends
Indeed, a
have been
many-step
returning
process,
frequently and purchasing the stock that I have. So
Can only
those
make them so
potions,
quickly, of
understandably,
course.
have been
It's,
unable to mature and increase in their potency. Therefore,
Yes, and
for
you'll
that
need
reason, I do
new
only
deliveries of
have
ingredients,
the
I'm sure.
standard and typical
Let's say that we'll
regular
probably
50
take
gold
2
healing
potions
potion at
of
this
regular
time.
strength, and for
I
now
believe
we'll
I have 4
leave
of
the
those. So we
strongest
can do
potion.
a special deal and say that.
Do you guys
if I'm
think that
selling
we
you
want the
4,
all 4,
I
or
can part
just
with them for
the
the price
2?
of 3. That is to say, 4 standard healing
Let's
potions
go with 4.
for 150 gold pieces to ensure and foster future patronage and return custom. Yes.
Wait, do you offer some sort of loyalty card where we, buy 9 potions, get the last one for free?
I don't think that works very well, because then someone would simply buy and come and purchase trinkets and then return for their 10th potion being a heroic elixir or some draft of great potency. So no,
Well, you could make
we'll
it
do
just-
things the way I have outlined if you find that agreeable, and if not, then good day to you, and may your custom bless and grace other establishments within the city confines.
Very agreeable indeed. Who's got coin on them?
I do. How much is total?
150 for 4. Split it 3 ways?
I'm happy to
I
do.
can pay.
Celia will just. Do you want to pay it between the 3 of us? I don't mind. I can pay for all of it.
If we're getting a 4th potion, I'll pitch in.
Sure, Atticus collects the gold off of all of them and then receives 4 potions.
How much am I sending you, Atticus?
37 gold, 5 silver.
Well,
Why
So
not?
how many are we buying in the end?
he's
4.
trying to collect 50 gold off of each of you.
Okay.
That would mean you don't pay anything.
Well, I do already have a potion of healing on me, so, you know.
But you're buying 4 potions, though, right?
We're getting
Yeah.
4 for 150. You can have 2 potions for 50 gold. It's a good deal.
I will send 50 gold to Atlas because I don't want to think about this anymore.
Add 50 because I have no idea how to send it to you.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon since we're paying it to the merchant anyway, there's no
Just the
reason
dock.
to send you.
Yeah,
I'll just,
don't
I'll
send
just
it. So
deduct
everyone who's
50.
contributing just deduct 50 gold from your total.
So I did.
Is this done?
Yes.
Yes. Right, there you go. There are your 4 healing potions. I am unlikely to have any stock of this particular kind for around a 5-day now, as I will once again begin the brewing process anew. Are you interested in any specialty elixirs that I have come into at the moment, or are you simply looking for replenishing and restorative tonics?
Oh God, I'm scared to ask.
I mean, I am interested. What are the specialities that you've come into?
I've recently begun brewing a phial of gaseous form that allows one to take the
No,
shape
that's
of
not
an
for me.
insubstantial cloud and
I'm gassy
fit
enough
through
already.
crevices, travel minor flight as you are able to travel unconfined by the floor, an elixir of water breathing, and a tonic of flame breath, which will allow one to make a single explosive gout of fire in the same fashion as what I'm sure your dragonkin companion over here is able to do.
Wow, he's actually a lizard folk, but that's
Oh, is that different? I have met many
Yes.
I have met many of the races of Faerun and travelled extensively.
How much is that
throughout my issues,
fire
and
breath
I
potion?
have commonly found that most of the draconic and saurian
Because
appearing
although I
characters
think it
are
sounds
able
interesting,
to
I
expel
think it
some
might be a
form
little
of
bit out of my
elemental
price
energy
range.
in one manner or another. Sometimes in a line, sometimes in a cone. Once I even encountered
Agrippa?
somebody who would fire it as a globule of acid that could be fired out.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry.
hello.
The prices
For what?
for the potions. The potion of the breath.
Well, the gaseous, the potion of gaseous form I currently have estimated to come out of around 700 gold value when it is completed. The water breathing tonic is around 400 gold, and as an experimental potion, I've varied somewhat on the price of the volcanic tonic. I've been calling it, and I believe that will be coming in price at around 300 gold pieces.
Well, that's too rich for my pockets. Have a good day.
You know,
She
it
starts walking down.
sounds interesting to me, but I'm actually late for an appointment. So I'll bear that in mind, but I'll see you next time, Agrippa. Great to see you.
Very well, very well. What was your name again?
He leaves and does not answer.
That took 9 minutes, but it felt like an eternity.
I say, just for future reference, what did you say what your name was? As we had not been introduced earlier.
My name is Steve.
Steve, very well.
Pleasure to meet you, Agrippa.
It's an unusual, uncommon name, but Steve it is. Okay, very well. I shall await your future patronage, Steve.
Excellent.
Oh, I
See you
appear
next
to
time.
have shut you in my store. Sorry, how'd you go?
What's
Excellent.
the store? What does this sign say?
What do you want it to say?
Fishmonger.
Fishmonger? Here, in the farthest district from the Orlando River or the coast? Madness! It's
And yet-
actually... Let me click through and see if I have any buildings.
A magical
set up.
plushie toys. Magic plushies.
Magical plushie toys. Yeah, okay. I don't have Blinsky's set up in this game, but yeah, it can be some nice toys. A toy shop.
Okay, since we're stocked up, maybe we should go deal with that Grick.
Do you have the potions on you?
I presume that we'll divvy them out in the shop. I'm not going to have taken all the potions.
Okay, one moment. Items. So who received one? Was it one of you each except for Atticus?
Mm-hmm.
Potion of healing added to Sire. Potion of healing added maybe to Obsidian. I was on the wrong tab. Yes. Potion of healing added
But we bought 4, right?
to Asher. Yeah, who's having the fourth one?
Yeah, why
I'll
doesn't
give-
Atticus want
I'll
one?
give it to
What
Atticus.
the fuck?
Well, he already has 1, right? Or
I had one too.
Now he has 2. Weirdly, it gave Atticus's as another in his stack. It gave Obsidian as a entirely separate item. That's odd.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've already changed this for myself.
Okay.
to the
There you go.
Greek.
Get him to the Grick. So, you come to the bridge spanning the Orlando River. You see there are a couple of signs in buildings sort of surrounding the south end of the bridge that list the properties as being recently sold or awaiting new management. As you cross over the bridge, is anyone doing any running or races today?
No, I know I do hate the bridge. But I am looking at, well, not on the bridge, but like definitely like the properties near the bridge for any of such thief Kantian markings. Particularly anything that could be viewed from the water. As I cross through the bridge.
Yeah, crossing the bridge and looking back, you see nothing matching that description in terms of like markings. They just seem to be buildings that have either been recently purchased or shut down, or older vacant buildings that now seem to have all been snapped up.
And this is through the banks, right? Rather, like it's not one of those bridges like in Baldur's Gate where there's like buildings on the bridge.
There's a couple of small buildings on the bridge, but yeah, these are the buildings. These are the buildings that are at like either end of the bridge, mainly on the south side.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'd like to cross quickly.
Yeah. Crossing the bridge, you enter the sort of the tight streets that you originally arrived in the city, well, when you found your way to the Copper Coronet. But yeah, following the instructions, you do find a small warehouse, sort of tucked away. A bar over the outside of the doors, and then a rather heavy iron lock underneath as described. To which you have a key.
Do we want to scout this place out first, or you want me to just open up and we go in?
I mean, do we need information? Or the snake? Let's go get it.
All right. I assume it's this right in front of us.
Oh, that's weird. Why isn't that roof set to be... That roof isn't how roofs normally appear. This is an older map, clearly.
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, a small warehouse. You have the green door is the one that is barred off in such a way.
Does the key work?
It does.
All right. I will proceed cautiously. I am looking up a lot into the rafters.
Looking up straight away, you see that it's not a deep roof. There's only a couple of rafters over, and it's a fairly rickety roof that you are within seconds able to see that other than a lot of very, very, very large amount of mundane spider webs going across the ceiling, and a couple of squeaks of rats, there is no Grick lurking in the rafters above you. There are a number of crates, a lot of hay, sort of stuffed underneath, loads of sacks that, from the immediate smell in here, although it is stale, it very much is a smell of herbs and other, like, alchemical components.
Okay, I very, very carefully check for anything out of place.
I not so carefully poke all the hay stacks with a crowbar.
Yeah, your weapon sinks in to the hay without incident, sort of moving along the pile, and I presume that you're also kind of, disturbing sacks and things like that, and just generally maybe stamping a couple of times.
Yeah, give it a good kick.
And
Do you
it
think he
trapped
was
it.
mistaken, or that it left?
Say again, sorry?
Any trapdoor to be seen? Going to the basement of it or something?
Not that you can see with an initial glance.
I am sort of I'd like to sort of investigate the space quite carefully.
How do you mean, sorry?
Well, just clearly we're supposed to be fighting a Greek in here, and there's no Greek, so I might be looking for tracks on the floor, for markings, anything unusual.
Make me a survival check.
A survival check.
If you're looking for tracks, absolutely.
Looking for tracks. 15.
Yeah, combing over the place, you can see sort of like old, disturbed footprints on the dirt where, people have come in and been going around their business, and then newer ones where tracks sort of came in a couple of steps, and then there's a flurry of movement on the spot that then seems to lead back towards the door. As you're looking through this and sort of working out, you're confident that other than a bit of footfall, nothing's really been happening in here. Then suddenly, from the ceiling, drops down a huge, coiled, lands on the
From the
floor.
ceiling.
Lands on the floor, larger than a horse, coiled, taut, muscular, almost like chitinous body, and tentacles that just flay open, showing a beak in the middle, and it gives a single, large screech. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
For a moment, I thought we were in the wrong place.
I was starting to worry that we were about to get locked in here and the building set fire to or something.
Did I just roll my best initiative ever?
I think you did.
The Grick's still going to roll higher.
The Grick has rolled and it was not higher.
Oh, good lord. How did this not get spotted in the rafters? Is there a secret rafter hole?
It's an illusion
Fall
summoned
through
by the
a
man.
portal?
Fizzleback fucking with us.
So, Atticus.
Yeah. Cool. So as soon as it drops down, I'm gonna open up by casting spells. Whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know. I will cast Hex on it.
Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing? Nothing.
I'm gonna move in
Okay.
and make an attack on it.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, is MIDI not working? So, your sword just passes through the Grick that remains
really?
there, coiled, flaying its tentacles, and gives another screech. Does not react in any way or respond to your sword, which has passed through it as if it was completely insubstantial.
I can't hit it. That's it from me, I guess.
Siri, you're up.
Insubstantial.
Yeah, you see Atticus cast his spell, which seems to sort of land on the creature, and then he comes in with the sword, and it just... If it hadn't been that he almost disappeared to the hand at the creature, you'd have thought he'd have missed, but it responds in no way to his attack, and just continues screeching
Did
at
it go?
Asher.
Did it go through?
I mean, yeah, I've said like air, I've said insubstantial. It's gone
Okay,
through.
sorry. All right. Well, I would very much like to spend my action kind of like inspecting if I've missed anything else. Maybe like a person, like a caster, like a like if there's anyone else in this space other than this Grick.
I would say taking a few seconds to stop and really focus and look at it and see an Atticus almost pass through. I think after a few moments looking at it, you would begin to realise that this is not actually here. It's an illusion.
Okay.
And as a few seconds
means-
pass, the creature remains in place, just screeching at Asher every few seconds, splaying those tentacles out.
It's not real. It's an illusion. Look for a caster. And yeah, I was just gonna sort of try to ignore the creature and sort of see if I see anyone up here, or
Yeah, looking around, you don't see anybody stood up on that walkway.
okay. Well, I will.
Yeah,
I will.
The Grick remains there, just fixed on Asher and screeching at her every few seconds.
I'm just gonna stand in front of Asha, and I think that's my turn. That's probably my action.
I mean, I've
Unless-
ended combat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought Fizzlebang sounded like a dumb made-up name, but guy seemed so legit.
I mean, looking around, I would say that you do see like stamps on crates and delivery stuff that all does mention for the attention of Wilfred Fizzlebang, Supreme Elixirs.
It might be an object, some sort of device that projects this image. I guess I'll look for the crates, like see if there's any. Yeah, I'm looking for like a little, maybe or like even like a glyph, or. I'm not very good at magic.
Yeah, Atticus, you're able just to pass through it.
I'm
It's
gonna
rather
try and go
disappointing,
outside
all this, isn't it?
and like have a quick look around the building and see if I see anyone or anything.
No glyphs anywhere, or.
Not that you can find. Make an investigation check, but looking around, doesn't seem to be anything. Like you, I feel like you'd have no prior experience of a glyph just causing an illusionary
Yeah, like-
creature to appear. But yeah, looking
No, I'm
around, you
wondering if
find
there's some
no.
sort of projection or something.
I mean,
Hollow thing.
the creature's
Okay.
obviously an illusion, but you find no like origin point or source being thrown around.
I mean, this makes far more sense than there being a random monster in the middle of the city. Like you said, his enemy in trade wants to probably scare him off. I guess he just set up an illusion to do so.
This is like every Scooby-Doo plot ever. Like he's trying
Turns
to buy
out-
up old land. Old man Cooper, is that you? Yeah.
Maybe it just every so often, or maybe he has the ability to cast spells from a distance. Who knows?
Okay. Well, I mean, I can imagine a disturbing working environment, but I have no idea how to dispel something like this.
Ooh, GM,
Yes.
can I check the door for any sort of glyph that would have acted as a trigger to us opening the door?
I feel like with her description and her role, Sire would have found
Okay, I
one
wasn't
there
sure if she was-
if there had been one.
Okay, I was more just thinking to myself that, like, if someone's casting from a distance, then they need to know someone's here. So either they're watching or they've got an alarm set up on the door. But alright. Cool. Man, do we just go back and tell him it's an illusion? Does that count as solving this? Or do we gotta find out?
I mean, what was he planning to give us in return for slaying the brick?
Well, nothing really, other than, like, I think a few potions.
Nothing. No gold.
Yeah, but see, I took the job
cannot
because
believe
of how
we
he
even
mentioned.
came here.
No, wait, and I'm normally totally right there with you on that. But because how he mentioned how the trade prince was like buying up all the property around the bridge.
Oh, that prince's name, by the way, Duke Walton Meridar. Let me pop that in the chat.
Please do.
Not a Gallywix. How sad.
Duke
Yeah, I get
Walton.
you. So it was like,
It was like,
trade
hey,
and-
this lead kind of leads to where I think we want to be, and kind of gets us in.
Also,
we've solved the problem.
potions do cost gold, Atticus. We have just bought some.
that is
So in a
true.
roundabout way, yeah.
The potions will continue to work though, and we are gonna need them eventually, I'm sure. Can any of you dispel magic?
I was just about to ask you the same thing, man.
Maybe one day.
No, I super cannot.
Siri's gonna look around the building and see what the area is like, if there's any signs of firebrands, if there's any signs of. I know you said everything is like locked down, shut down, but maybe it's.
I mean, Atticus
I
gave. Atticus did just do a lap of the building once you'd established. You know, he's given it sort of the once over and found nothing particularly unusual.
I feel like we're chasing our tails.
As you start to come up the building, a few minutes have passed. Those of you who are outside sort of notice it immediately when it happens. A kind of power walking group of men and women in leathers, weapons just being drawn, kind of come almost jogging into view, clearly coming straight towards this warehouse. And we see you outside, the one at the front's like, hey, let's chat, hey, come in. And like we draw their weapons and like, get them! as a group come beelining for the warehouse. And all immediately make to attack.
Can I just yell out, hey, what the fuck?
You can yell out, what the fuck?
Hey, what the fuck?
What a waste.
No, that's not the right. I just keep getting bad. My little combat music randomizer is just never right. Never the right vibe.
Like, here you go, here's a boss fight.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the end of combat. Let's... No, I don't have any animations on today because I unsubscribed from JB2A and didn't realise that instructed the module to fucking kill itself. And then its dependencies no longer play nicely. Monkey looks confused. I'll tell him what I mean after session. But yeah, as this group approaches, weapons drawn, the woman with them is gonna rush forward to swing at Sirin.
Okie dokie.
And she's gonna just focus and pause for a second and just twirl that sword, and she's gonna try and exploit weakness. And
You wanted firebrands, you got them.
$21.
Hits. Fuck me.
And she doesn't have multi-bow. So that's a... Oh, why did she move away? Sticking your noses in! Sticking your noses in where we're not needed, eh? Trouble for you! Oh, trouble for you! This guy comes over. He's going to enter a square next to you, Atticus, if you have thoughts and feelings about this.
Oh, I sure do. Let's go!
That hits. Oof. Remind me, is he still moved into that square? Have you stopped him outside of it? Yeah.
Nope, no sentinel.
And he's going to come in and try and attack, I think, Asher. These two are rushing ahead and letting our other guys take an two of two. So this guy's going to exploit opening. Does a 19 hit Asher?
Yeah, I'll
Doesn't
shield.
bear shit in the
You're gonna
woods.
shield? Okay. It bounces off. Or, well, does it? You tell me what it does.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't like, there's not like a bubble or anything. It's just like it hit something that sparked like inches before it actually touches me.
Okay. That's all he can do. This other one absolutely is going to run over. He is going to try and shove Atticus back through the doorway. Trying to push him back into the warehouse. So he's going to try and make a contested athletics against you.
I
That's a 15.
will... Well,
Oh, fails. And he draws his weapon and looks ready to attack you in a few seconds, having failed to shove you. Asher, you're up.
Wouldn't happen to be studded leather that he's wearing.
it is studded leather armor, but I don't believe
yeah.
that in all the rules we class that as metal armor, do we?
Do we not?
I thought it's been confirmed not to
Made
be.
of
Let's
metal?
have a look. Sage advice, shocking grasp.
Grab the sword.
leather.
It says armor though in the spell. It specifies
Oh.
armor made of metal.
Do you
I
want to
argue
cast?
that having giant metal studs all throughout your armor counts, but you know, maybe it doesn't. It's just to get advantage anyway, so.
It is apparently one of the great big. Who knows, man? It never says. I'm gonna go with yes, because we're all metal studs.
Cool! So advantage. I'm just gonna reach out and like push him against the chest or whatever I can touch. And just, yeah!
Yep, that hits. Anything else from you?
Yeah, he cannot take reactions, by the way. Until
Okay.
the start of his next turn. And that's it for me.
There's the other guy, right? Yeah.
This guy's gonna come in and swing at Siri. He's gonna exploit opening. Oof. Not great. He comes in too loud. Actually, it was like a roar as he comes in, and it gives you so much time to see what he's doing and account for it, and yeah, misses. Siri, you're up.
I would like to bonus action summon Cora just over here.
Yep.
Because I don't have permission to upload files, but that's super fine. I'm
Oh
gonna go.
no, Cora's gone because I stopped buying JB2A. I'm gonna need to fix that.
That's alright. I'm
Ruined
going
everything.
to hit this man with a. The exploit opening, does that do anything for me? No.
No.
We get 2 attacks, right? Because level 5. I'm gonna attack again. So, fine. Wow, that was almost a natural 20.
It unfortunately misses.
Okay. Alright. That's my turn.
Obsidian, sudden shouting and commotion from outside.
Sure. Obsidian will channel the disappointment in the fact that the Grick was a sham, and this was not, in fact, a rehash of our first adventure with the farmer, because that was what Obsidian was very much hoping for.
What, where you
To
almost
relive those
died?
moments.
Didn't you go down like 2 times in that fight?
Oh, yeah. But for now, though, we will access rage through that, and as he rushes out, a chill breeze envelops all of you, apparently, this time around. He shall swing. Actually, considering the situation, he might. Shit. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue with the initial plan. He would see that one first, so that makes sense. Yeah, they can get advantage, so we'll just go for reckless. Just start hitting things. Oh,
Hits.
is one of them? Is this
That's
a
correct.
thing?
He doesn't
Okay.
have an animated token today. I'll fix that.
Sure thing. So slam at that one and push him back 5 feet, if I could. You know what? That way. I'd rather just away from Asher. And I will continue walking. So this guy, I believe,
Yep, he will make an attempt to quickly
Sure.
jab his
With-
rapier at
with,
you.
with advantage. Mhm.
Unsuccessfully, it would seem.
Indeed. which means I will continue onward and slam again. Oh, that hit. Cool. For further 13. Just pounding on the man, making him go back. And that's me. That's all
As
of
you
my
drive this
actions.
guy back and takes a heavy blow and sort of just spits blood, a couple of teeth, just like grimaces, like, tell your boss to sell up. Atticus, you're up.
Is it worth your life? And I'm gonna try and stab him.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Big rerolls.
Tell me how you kill him.
Yeah, I lunge forward with the greatsword straight through the middle, armor like it's butter, impaling him through the gut. I'm gonna pull it back, and then I'm gonna try and elbow the guy next to him in the head. Actually, here's a question for you. The Grick that I casted Hex on, do I still count as having Hex up? And if so, did the Grick die? Because that's
No,
not
because there
allowed
was
to
nothing
move
for it
Hex.
to land on, so I just take it as being a spell that was
Technically
burned.
failed? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I will indeed elbow that guy thusly.
Hits. That's a big elbow. Okay,
I'm a
anything else from
big
you?
man. No, I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. This woman's gonna come up and move to surround Siri with her companion. She is again gonna exploit opening as the two of them sort of pin her in and attacks again. But doesn't manage to land the blow. The guy who you just elbowed, he tried to shove you before and failed. He's now going to just wait a few moments till you just sort of show a bit of a tell, and is going to try and lunge in and make the most of it. Manages to get a crit. Just as you pull your elbow back from him, maybe go to one for another, he just quickly in there, and you feel it sink in. Chicken feed.
Damn.
Asha, you're up.
Alright, that dude that just hit Atticus, I'm gonna hit with a repelling Eldritch Blast.
That hits.
Ooh, very nice.
And
Remember,
then I
that's
got
10
another
foot.
one.
Is it?
What?
The 10 or 5 foot? Can't remember.
It is a 10. Shoot, I thought it was 10, but let me confirm really quick.
I believe it's 10, yeah.
Is it?
Okay, he is blasted backwards away from Atticus.
Repelling. Yeah, 10. 10. And then I'm gonna hit him with my second blast.
Hits.
Hits.
Oof. Okay, anything else from you?
Could I not with that second blast? Am I allowed to do that with
You
each
can
blast?
stack
Yeah,
repelling.
can I knock him back another 10 feet?
Okay, for the purposes of not being
Yeah.
hit him the backside, do you want if I
Yeah.
slide him over one instead
That's
of
fine.
back?
I kind of want him dickless in the wind, and
Dickless
away
in the wind.
from.
Yep, he's not.
You heard, lady.
He's knocked back and is utterly dickless.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
No, that's it for me.
I'll get back to the Dictator. Next, we have this thug. They are going to, with their companion, join in on trying to take this flanked person down.
Got it.
Hey, roll. There we go. Oh, but suddenly, such bad rolls. But you are still just fighting off two at once, Siri. And now it's you.
Oh, my screen's gone. Everyone's disappeared.
Oh,
Everything
it's
is
still
just-
normal for
yeah.
me.
So it's all gone.
Well, you have
really
one to
weird.
the left of you and one to the south of you. If you want to describe now.
To the one to the south, I'll try.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna move Kura. I'm gonna move Kura and the empty diagonal space across me,
Yeah.
sandwiched between the two guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to roll to see if this actually works. Not sure what's going on. So I'm targeting the one directly south of me.
Yeah.
My God, that's the second two I've rolled. I'm gonna tag it again.
Unfortunately, that first one misses.
Oh my
Second
word!
one misses. You're
And
just two dedicated people trying to shiv you. Clearly has you playing defensively.
yes, but I'm gonna as Kura flies over, they're also going to unleash an attack. Why hasn't it prompted by using the unleash incarnation?
Yeah, so basically make a third attack.
There you go. Okay,
That
well,
one
Kura's
hits. Yeah.
doing better than I am. That's great.
Yep. Roll damage.
9.
Okay. Anything else from you?
No, I'm just gonna reload.
Obsidian.
Sure. Obsidian will weave back behind Atticus and Sire, then immediately pounce forward with the maul. Why did it skip to damage? What? Didn't? Okay, there it is. There's the prompt. For a 1.
That definitely hits.
Sure. Not pushing him yet. Just quickly doing a double tap. Another one with advantage. Wonderful.
Oh,
Jesus.
Crush his soul. And yeah, this time we will fling him back. Leave him bleeding, crushing blow. And then sort of look to the side as Sire is now standing with one next to her, content. So then we'll just rush forward, avoiding them both towards the one that is in a position to run away potentially, and he'll just jump with the jaws to make an advantageous.
jaws.
Oh my god.
Just rip into this guy's neck.
Okay. Is that all from you, Obsidian?
Yes.
Atticus, you're up.
well, I was going to try and get fancy, but seeing that there's one who's been hit several times in weekend, Atticus is going to try and finish him off. No.
No.
Miss with a great sword, but I'm going to then switch into a backhand and try and smash him with the pommel. Like so.
Hits.
So
Oof,
close.
he's staggered.
And that'll be that.
Oh, right. You, by the way, I critted him, so you would have advantage on your attacks.
Well now. I'll re-roll that attack then.
You may.
Oh yeah.
He goes down.
Nice.
How did you know he was almost dead when you were like so close?
Because you seem to have a thing in the combat tracker that puts a ring of their health.
A ring?
In the combat tracker, there's a circle around each of us, and it's our health.
Oh, don't like that.
I don't see
Yeah.
that. Why don't I see that?
I
Really?
see that.
I see that,
Where?
yeah.
In the combat tracker.
And the tracker, yeah.
You're a green ring, Siri's a yellow ring. I'm pretty sure it's a mod, so maybe disable that setting. But I can see the health.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
unfortunate. Okay, cool. This one who has been fighting Siri is going to attempt to disengage.
Absolutely not. Sentinel. Am I targeting it? Oh my word! She's very distracted.
She twists away and just... like I said, time to move.
You did use her action to disengage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This guy will also... Do you know what? He's going to look around, see that he's in an open square. He knows he's not getting away from this lizard who just closed the gap so unbelievably to him. So I think he's going to try and take this lizard guy down. $19 hits.
Yeah, it does.
How much
Admirable.
HP? How much HP? Oh, did you have temp?
Yep.
I was like, my god. Yeah, he
No,
just sinks in with the rapier and then is just like, oh. Oh, also, are you still raging as well? That's why, isn't it?
Yep.
It was just heavily reduced. Okay, that's him. Asher.
Alright, bonus action, expeditious retreat. And then I'm gonna right here. I'm gonna run up there. I'm gonna be like, hey man, just wanna talk, and then I'm gonna blast him.
Her.
It's everybody. It's mankind.
Well, no, more you said him.
Sure. Him, her.
They, them.
It's all just.
So that'd be disadvantage from doing it in
dudes
melee range of
fucking
nothing.
our shit up.
Or are
What?
you warcaster? I can't remember. If it'd be disadvantage because you're melee range of them doing a ranged spell attack.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
So you gonna
Maybe.
you gonna cast the spell?
It's like.
Still manages to hit. Yeah.
No repelling on this one, obviously.
Okay. First one hits. Do the damage. Are you following up?
Yep.
Disadvantage. Misses. There's nothing else to say.
Seems like a whole lot.
Sell up and fuck off.
No, you.
Sorry.
Cora's gonna move 30 feet over there, in pursuit. Oh gosh, okay, yeah, you stop colliding with walls then. And then that's 30 is here. Yeah, I know it collides on walls, but you can't get there. There, diagonally. And I will teleport Sierra there, and now I can't see Sierra, so I can't grab her token. But basically, thank you so much. And I'm going to attack this duck. Okay, now I can't see Siri again.
Press tab.
Press tab, thank you. One attack. Normal. John, my word.
Misses.
Does not hit. You know what? Oh no, I've done an attack. No, you can grapple as one of your attacks. So I'm gonna grapple this guy.
Okay.
Since I can't hit him. I'm gonna attempt to grapple him. I'm here. Oh, let's see, something that I can do. Ooh. Ooh, close.
You manage to get yourself upon them.
I give him a bear hug.
Anything else from you?
Nope,
Okay.
that's it.
Obsidian.
I don't think we have to listen to you. And I suppose we shall try to end this guy rightly.
Hits. Tell me how you end this guy rightly.
Sure. I mean, Obsidian's somewhat pissed, considering. So he will just bash this guy's skull in, just properly, with a double tap, we will say, even though it is still technically one attack. But just sort of crack it right in, see how it sinks between the shoulders,
He crumples to the floor.
then immediately rush upwards,
And I think it's safe
chasing
to say,
the one and many one.
penned in, grappled, but also 10 minutes after our usual finishing time, I think it's safe to say that we will pick up here with this person being questioned or roughed up a bit more next week as Luca dies at the meme that she herself sent me and then decided was the funniest thing ever. It might be lost if we haven't seen it, but she has sent me just a high quality image of the female police officer who was involved in the "Hey, I'm a female police officer."
Because I keep calling this poor lady him. I didn't do it.
There we go. Well, that's us. We will be back next week for more adventure. Until then, goodbye.